Go.
Hi, my name's Christy. I've been at John 3:17 since June 13th of last year, and I've been here for 10 months now. And
How has the program affected your life?
well, it's given me strength and hope again. Before I came to John 3:17, I just wanted to fade out, and I was isolating, and I just wanted to fade out into non-existent. I was away from everybody. I isolated myself on the river. That was my plan, to just die out there by myself. And so I was pushing God to the side. I didn't become a believer until I was 29 years old, and I'm 44 now. So I never turned back once I started believing, because God revealed God's self to me. But I was pushing him to the side, and I was suppressing that he existed. And I knew that was wrong, and I knew that I didn't feel right about it, but I was being stubborn. And I decided to surrender at the park in Batesville, and I said a prayer. And I called Suzanne, and she let me come. And I mean, it was just that simple to surrender, but it wasn't simple because I wasn't doing it and I was being stubborn.
So now that you're living in the light, what would you say to anybody out there living in darkness that might be looking for a rehab?
Well, I can tell you this much. I chose darkness because I had no knowledge of the Bible. I had been told bits and pieces of it from different people that weren't very good examples, and I just decided that that wasn't for me if that's what it was about. But at John 3:17, Suzanne and the girls are my spiritual leaders, and I've learned maybe 10 years ago from studying the Bible that what I'm supposed to do is I have to put blind faith and trust into my spiritual leaders. And I totally trust Suzanne with my life 100%. And the reason I trust her is because she's a godly woman and because she puts God first. And so, it's taking me. See, I've been a believer for 15 years and I'm only this far, but I don't want to stop now that I've started. My life is a lot better. I was in self-pity before. I don't have to be in self-pity. I can help serve and, put all of that in reverse, and it's a happier feeling. It's a better feeling. I had a lot of friends. We were all in the dark and on the dark side, in the dark side, and it was because we had, circumstances growing up that weren't so great, and that made us that way. And I had to find family outside of blood family, and there is family out there outside of blood family. And if I can ever do anything to help anybody, I will. I've always been that way my whole life, but I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that's because I had God in my soul, in my heart, even when I was a non-believer. And it feels a lot better to accept it. I mean, I can't explain with words because words aren't really good enough.
All right, another soul saved by
Yeah.
Jesus at John 3:17. Thank you, Christy. Go.
Hi, my name is Alice Godfrey, and I'm a resident here at John 317. Before I got here to John 317, I was an addict with different drugs. I tried to medicate myself, but that didn't work. I had a hard life a little bit. I've always been by myself pretty much, and that's just to seclude myself because because I was just on a lot of different stuff.
How long have you been at John 3:17?
I've been at John 317 since July 27th, 2018. and 22.
And how do you feel now that you know Jesus and that you have a chance to have a whole new life?
Well, since I've met Jesus and I've asked Jesus to come into my life, save me, and forgive my sins, I feel amazing. I feel like, that things that was around me that I couldn't see, I feel like I have the light and I can see.
So if there's somebody watching right now that's in darkness, that is searching and still in the pit and searching for a place, a rehab to go, what would you tell them about John 3:17?
I would ask them to try to get in contact with Miss Suzanne. This is an amazing place. When you come here, you do not leave here being the same person.
Amen. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Okay, hey, I'm Laura Beth Shelton. I've been here at John 3:17 for about 9 months now. Before I got here, I thought I had everything under control. I thought that I had this, I could do it on my own. And coming here, court ordered, I must add, was the best thing that happened to me. Now I have 2 little boys who I get to go home to now and pour everything I've learned into them, and I couldn't ask for anything better. This place has changed my life, and I know it will change my family's and my son's. So if anybody's out there struggling, I just suggest please call and get in contact with this place. I know you won't regret it. It's a good thing, and it's just great.